Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? What a marvellous weekend that was. Well done to everybody who went to the Patriot March. It was basically the most peaceful, large protest in British history. 500,000 hippies would have caused more bother than you lot did, so well done. In honour of that occasion, in honour of the efforts of Tony Romo and all of his allies, this broadcast is coming to you live from outside the train station in Tommy's hometown of Luton. So here I am, live in Luton. You can see all the locals on the way to work behind me. I'm going to do a serious broadcast today, right? Because my last one went down really well. Some proper tips for people who needed to know how to keep themselves safe whilst demonstrating. So now I think after we crushed the enemy over the weekend, it's time to think, what do we do moving forward? How do we keep the momentum going? Well, don't worry, I've got 6 top tips to help you all out, and I will, of course, present them in my usual engaging way, hopefully without any of these lads in the background running across the camera with a hissing backpack or like a pocket full of rat poison and ball bearings and high explosives, because they are the tolerant, peaceful, progressive ones. Amazing. I love that. Stabbing little girls in the face, progressive. Politely asking questions, far right, fascist. Makes loads of sense as long as you've got the IQ of a chicken McNugget. Anyway, let's get into it. Right, first of all, you do realise, even the most cynical among you, that any political organisation has to win by holding the middle ground. That's what that fork-tongued, treacherous snake, rat in a suit, Tony Blair did so well. Pushed himself towards the centre, lied constantly, presented himself as reasonable, and then secretly worked his devious Machiavellian commie schemes in the background. In order to appeal to as many people as possible, remember the 3-second rule and never, ever deviate from it. What's the 3-second rule? Well, I'm a pragmatist. I'm not going to congratulate you about how peaceful and non-violent the protest was and tell you never, ever, ever give anyone a bat in the mouth, ever. I'm going to tell you to remember the 3-second rule. New viewers might not have heard this one, okay? It's the golden rule taught to me by Bootneck Senior, and it has served me well. So well that when a fat female chav started wailing on me after striking me with a bottle of Wicked, and I responded by utilising the 3-second rule, that is, covering up accordingly, tucking your chin in, covering yourself via the medium of old-fashioned boxer's guard, and then slowly counting to 3 before I, unleashed a devastating uppercut and starfished her on the pavement across the road from 2 police officers. If you do that, you're covered. Legally, you're covered. Remember the 3-second rule. If some sparrow-born communist, some devious, violent rabble-rouser wants to start some bother, they'll probably be doing it safe in the knowledge that they've got you on camera, or it's part of some devious ploy to paint you as the bad guy. So remember the 3-second rule. You need to have the patience of a saint when dealing with murderous commie rabble-rousers, the type of people that gloat endlessly when innocent family men get shot in the throat in front of the children. These are the people we're dealing with. They are lower than a sand snake's ballsack. They have zero moral fibre. They will lie, cheat and steal to get their aims, okay? So you can't trust them. They will gorge you. They will antagonise you. They will assault you. They will hurt you. You have to remember the 3-second rule. You need to be golden in the eyes of the law. And the 3-second rule allows you to do that because you are entitled to defend yourself, and no court in the land will convict you if you calmly count to 3 and let their scrawny, ineffectual punches bounce off your skull for a few seconds before you respond in kind. Easy. Right, now on to the serious ones. Go to the town halls. It's time to start getting busy. Local politics is how you win. People need to vote. We still have 0 voter engagement in the UK. The statistics are awful. Nobody votes. Get people to vote. Get your kids to vote. Get your wives and boyfriends to vote. Pester your family members to vote. If your fat, lazy father won't vote like me, then you force him to sign some documents that you fill out for him and get yourself to act as his proxy vote. Whatever you can, but we need to start voting. People are shocking. Get interested. Go to the town halls. Pester your local MPs. Pester your local councillors. We've got to build on the momentum. And I know it's boring and there's not really many jokes I can make about it, but you need to get in the faces of these devious lying commies. Well, I mean, I'll just show you one of them.
That the majority of the people in these boats are children, babies and women who have been...
No, they're not. No, they're not.
No, you have got to take... No, look, I get this is...
North of 90% of them are adult men.
Let me be... No.
That's who you're going up against. That's who you're going up against. How can you not be eager to go to a town hall and have an argument with a politician when we're led by such absolute lackwits as that? Look at the faces on them guys there. Look at them. Look at that bloke there. He wouldn't look that disappointed if he walked in and caught his son shagging his sister. It doesn't. These are the people you're going to be talking to. So don't avoid them. Go to them. Go to them with a load of your mates and give these people neat, unending shit. It's easy. You just have to politely ask them questions and they'll give you gifts like that. Number 3, amplify on social media. It's time to get busy. I'm not talking about me. I'm not telling you to share and like my stuff. I don't bang that drum aggressively, do I? You know this by now. I work for a living. But we need to get busy. Start a YouTube channel yourself. Start an X account yourself. Go on Facebook. Go on Blue Sky and troll some morbidly obese purple-haired Hoover beasts. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. These howling birds who spend 12 hours a day posting because they don't work for a living and you do. It's time to suck it up and put a bit of that Protestant work ethic to use. Even if you're tired, at least do an hour a day on social media, pushing back against the lying, devious, scum-sucking, soul-sucking communists and their filthy lying allies. Get on there. I don't want social media merely to be populated by howling birds who look like they've been bobbing for apples in a deep fat fryer, posting commie gibberish 24/7. Help me out here, ladies and gentlemen. Amplify your favourite social media types. Yeah, it's fine to pitch in on Sargon streams, share him and give him money and do all that stuff, but get involved yourself. Everyone should have an account. Everyone should be doing something useful. So get on there. Follow the example of my pal Ragnar, who probably spends 18 hours a day online. If you work full time, you can't do that. At least make an account. I know a lot of people say, oh, I hate social media, it's full of wankers, I'm not doing that. Yeah, but it's also full of cool people like me. So make an account, get on there, and put some effort in. It's not that bad on social media. If you don't like arguments, you put people on block or mute. If you do like arguments like me, then, you march around on there flipping virtual tables over and mocking people's appearance in a juvenile manner, whatever floats your boat. But get on there. It's fun. It's fun if you have the right mindset and it helps. So do it. Number 4 is organise meetups and grassroots groups. That's what we've got to do. That's what we've got to do. It sounds boring, but it isn't. Yeah, maybe in my old age, I'm getting soft. I can't drink 26 pints and sleep in a wheelie bin like I used to. All right, so I'm starting to get interested in doing things like this. This is why I do so much posting and streaming and crass insulting on social media. Yeah, I enjoy it, and I think you should too. Instead of spending 12 hours a day in Wetherspoons, which does have its charms, I'll grant you that, start doing stuff like this. Go to meetings. There can be more fun. You can even take a few cans if you want. Much more fun than AA or something. And you don't have to be like Rimmer off Red Dwarf, turn up in a Give Quiche a Chance t-shirt and aggressively organise a letter writing campaign. But you can have fun at them and you can do useful things. Organise petitions, sit down and together you can brainstorm an amusing letter you could send to your local MP, calling him an absolute oxygen thief. Yeah, there's loads of fun stuff you could do. Try and make it social. Instead of just going to the pub every Friday and Saturday night, do something useful. I mean, I suppose you could do it in a pub, even better, but do something useful to contribute. This next one is a little bit controversial. I know you're all going to whinge, but I don't care. Partner with your political allies, right? One bloke who I've followed for years who does my head in is Morgoth, right? I don't disagree with the vast majority of his politics, but he is, for want of a better term, a miserable Geordie bastard. Okay, all he does is whinge. Every post is tearing down people who don't 100% align with his political view. He spends more time attacking Tony Romo and Farage than he does attacking the left, which is totally self-defeating and futile. He's into this purity thing. He wants to be the big dog on the top of the pile and say, I haven't bent in any way, shape or form. Yeah, but do you want to be the biggest fish in the loser pond? This won't get you anywhere. You need broad support, like the aforementioned fork-tongued Prince of Darkness himself, Tony Blair. You need to get everyone, as many people as possible. So I've said this many times. I know loads of you knobheads are the same as Morgoth, right? And you whinge about it constantly. I don't care if you don't like Farage. I don't care if you don't like Ben Habib. Maybe you're one of Farage's guys. I don't care if you don't like, and I hate him, Robert Jenrick or Jacob Rees-Mogg or anyone else. Basically, anyone who seems like they're aligned with you on 80% of your politics, you should be trying to bring into the fold, not spending your time tearing down. As I've said, lots of YouTubers make hay having a pop at Farage. He has myriad flaws, I know it, but it's a much better use of your time to spend half an hour attacking our genuine enemies rather than people that merely disagree with 25% of what you have to say. I will not do it. Don't waste time going after people who can be useful to you. If you don't like Tony Romo, hold your nose. You don't have to praise him effusively, but have a go at someone on the left for a change, right? Who would you rather be stuck in a lift with, Tommy or Owen Jones? I mean, it's not difficult, is it? So really, this really needs to stop. Morgoth's doing my head in. It is totally counterproductive to spend most of your political energy having a go at people that are far more closely aligned with you than Laurie Penny or Sadiq Khan or Zara Sultana. I mean, just think about what I'm telling you. If you're chippy and bad-tempered and you hate people who aren't 100% in lockstep with your views, at least just lay off them and go and have a pop at Zara instead. We need to build a broad coalition. We need to get them involved. Go to some rallies with people you don't even particularly like that much, but you just know you have far more in common with than some soy-brained, sparrow-boned leftist revolutionary who, while you're arguing with Tony Romo about the pros and cons of Zionism, would happily euthanize your granny, vacuum your girlfriend's piss flaps, and then do a line of Charlie off a rent boy's cock. Just think big picture, lads. And number 6, this might be good, plan a follow-up. Do another one. Let's have more of these. Plan a follow-up. Get the permits in because you have to follow the rules. It's boring. I know nobody likes following the rules. Least of all my old man who, when we played Monopoly as children, he'd get up for a piss halfway through and there'd be about $6,000 under his arse that he'd sat on before the game started. Nobody likes playing by the rules, but you've got to if you want to win. And I want to win. So yeah, we need more rallies. We need more marches. We need more shouting. I'll even tolerate more of Ricky Doolan singing. Whatever. But we need to carry the momentum on. We need to march more. We need to shout more. We need to send more letters. We need to get in the faces of the morons that lord it over us, and we will win. All right? That was a great weekend. I'm buzzing. If you do those 6 things, things will get better quickly. I'm certain of it. Farage might be the thin end of the wedge. If he's still leading in the polls in a few years' time and you actually get the chance to vote with Keir Starmer in charge, you never know. Oop, sorry.
Gay!
Hope you still get the chance to vote. I don't know if you will or not. But if he's leading, you've got to hold your nose and vote for him. It's the thin end of the wedge. We're making progress. The right are winning. They know it, which is why they all look like they're all sweaty and terrified all over social media today. And they're coming up with lunacy like this. I mean, I'll show you this one. From Nadia Whitcomb. 2 men surprise sex a Sikh woman, telling her you don't belong in this country. This is where the dehumanisation comes from. The most serious violence. We must never allow their views to become normalised. Yeah, cheers for that box heed. Have you seen a clip of her? Look at her. Frankenstein. She's got the squarest head in British politics. Basically, her head looks like a shoebox with a face drawn on it and a wig stapled to the sides. Look at the clip of her. So Frankenstein there has the brass neck to say stuff like that. And as I responded, listen, Boxheed, your people surprise sex 250,000 children in 85 cities and covered it up for 20 years. And now one girl gets attacked and apparently it's some endemic issue and isn't a bit of mere criminality. You are sick in your square head and you couldn't lie straight in bed. Ludicrous. After what's gone on the last 20 years, that's ludicrous. You only type things that daft when you're terrified. Definitely. They know what's coming. So, we're winning. We're winning, lads. Keep it up. I'm going to call it there. Thanks for tuning in. This was coming to you live from Luton train station, as you can see, in homage to Mr. Romo. So, sounds like a successful weekend. You do have the patience of saints. Far more patient than me. And you should all be congratulated for it. So, well done. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you all tomorrow. Toodle pip. Cheers.